that deaf people, that only 16% of the deaf population votes. I wonder why. Do you know?
I have no idea. I just heard that too. I was kind of surprised to hear that.
Yeah, me too. We've got to do something about that. We have to. We've got to encourage the deaf to vote. Now, I've been deaf growing up, and I haven't known anything about politics, except what I see in newspapers, and all that stuff just goes over my head. The language is so intense, and it's just hard to follow the discussion. And I read it, and I'm like, well, what does that mean? I want to know. I want to learn. I want to see the different perspectives. And I think it is that people just aren't exposed to for politics. I don't want to have to force people on my beliefs. I want them to be able to support their own beliefs and other people. Do you have any idea how to help and encourage the deaf and hard of hearing to get involved in the politics?
Well, I feel like it would be kind of hypocritical if I was telling deaf people to get involved in politics, because I'm not very involved in politics myself. But I think one issue is that a lot of the people are trying to fight to get laws passed to support them, but if they aren't voting themselves, it's kind of hard to have those laws put in action.
Yeah, they need to register to vote first. Absolutely. They can't do anything without being able to register, or without registering to vote first. We really need to encourage and ask people to register to vote. I know some people, their attitude's just like, what for? Why? And I don't mean to be negative about this. That's their view on this, and that's their view on politics. Deaf people tend to let the hearing people just take over and control things. And it's our right. We've got rights. We need to encourage people to register to vote so they can get involved in politics.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that needs to that we need to focus on, and getting more deaf people to go out and vote. But as far as actually doing that, I'm not sure how you would go about doing that.
Yeah. And you know, maybe for some people who do register to vote, they look at some people's comments and agree with that, and they'll vote because of that person's opinion and what that person said. But I really want them to think about their own views and perspective and make a decision on who to vote for based on their decisions and what they've thought about. A lot of deaf people tend to just follow people and their perspectives without thinking for themselves.
Yeah, I think that happens with hearing people too. It's hard to. The media makes it so hard to find out.
Oh yes, I completely agree.
Yeah. The media makes it really hard to find out what exactly different candidates' opinions are. They kind of cater towards whoever their audience is. At least that's what I do.
Yeah, absolutely. I've noticed that. They'll change the words around and things like that and exaggerate stuff. They'll make stuff up, false hopes and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why I kind of tend to just avoid politics myself.
Do you want to know my sign for politics?
Yeah, what is it?
It is that. It's full of shit. I'm sorry to tell you. But that's a fact.
Yeah, I would agree.
Politicians are full of air, just hotheads. They love the attention, you know, love being the center of attention, but, you know, they don't really accomplish anything. And I hate to have to say that, but
Yeah, I would agree. I think we're on the same page with that one.
so moving on, would you, so your opinion, do you think President Obama will get reelected for 2012?
I really haven't been following the presidential election, so I don't really know who else is running. But I was just talking about this earlier. I think he hasn't really done a lot. He hasn't really changed a lot. So in America, like he promised he would. So I feel like maybe people won't re-elect him because they haven't seen the changes that they were hoping for.
And you know, changes can't be made overnight. Big changes take time, 5, 6, 20 years for one simple change.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe if he did get reelected, he would be able to follow through with some of those promises that he had made 4 years ago.
Who knows? You might actually add more problems to the economy and jobs and that whole confusion. It's such a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we'll find out.
So people running for Republican, this election, not really that great. I don't really feel comfortable with any of them. On the Democratic candidates, I don't know. I'm not very satisfied. And I am planning on voting for presidency, but we'll see. I feel like no matter who I vote for, it's a wrong decision.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to vote just to say that I'm voting. I'm only going to vote for someone if I actually believe that what they stand for is true.
Yes, I agree. And I believe if you vote for the wrong person, then yep, it's my fault that, you know, I voted for the wrong person.
It's true.
So I've got two choices. I can vote or not to vote. You know, they emphasize every vote counts. But is it true?
Yeah. I don't think so. I mean, I learned about the whole electoral college thing, and how that all works. Your votes do influence a little bit, but it's kind of based on the electoral college and who they vote for. But I also think if you don't vote, you don't have the right to complain about who's president later on. Because you didn't vote for
Absolutely.
yourself.
What's wrong with freedom of the speech? Yeah, what's wrong with freedom of speech? We've got the we've got the ability to speak up. We don't have to vote. We just need to speak up.
Yeah.
So back to the issue on the low percentage of deaf members in the community voting. NAD should really do something about that.
That maybe, it could just be that people don't know how to apply or sign up to vote. And maybe they just need to be more informed about it, about registering.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like you said, how you said how to vote. You need to register. You need to learn how to register to vote. Maybe they should give $1,000 to each person who registers to vote.
Yeah.
I know that sounds silly, and I just made it up, but it's an idea.
Yeah, maybe that'll work. Whatever it takes, right?